In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Monty Winnfield Vario Flex nib. I'll go over the specs, I will do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this nib coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links to the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. All right, let's get on with the review. So, today we're not looking at a whole pen. I still owe you guys a review of this Asvine J16, but today we're looking at the nib that I've got on here. This is a Monty Winnfield Vario nib. And this specific version is the JoWo version with a titanium housing. This goes for $165. And Monty Winnfield is a custom nib maker that makes some very exotic nibs. I have one or two on order, so eventually you'll be seeing those, but he does stack nibs, wild nibs. And what I think Monty's nibs, what stands out to me about Monty's nibs is that they look very, very well finished, especially on the stacked nibs. You know, it doesn't look like something that's just haphazardly put together like some other custom stacked nibs look like. They're just finished really, really well. This guy is I think an incredible craftsman. Now, this version that I have here is the Vario with titanium housing, which fits JoWo pens. These go for $165. There is a Bach version for $115. Now that has a standard plastic housing. And then there is a Vario wet noodle, which I believe is available in either Bach or JoWo. The price on that I'm blanking on. I want to say it's $180, but this is the nib that he says is supposed to be good for everyday writing. This particular nib is loaned to me by a friend of mine, so I haven't had, my usual month worth of writing with it, but my initial impressions of it was that it was very impressive the way that overfeed really keeps the ink flowing when the nib is flexed. I'm going to be using a Papermind Mitsubishi Bank Paper notebook. These notebooks are excellent for fountain pens, and for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. I've had the cap off of this for a minute, so let's just... And it writes right away. And this is Baroque Bordeaux ink. This is an ink that we carry at the Papermind now. It's made by Octopus Fluids in Germany. And this has quickly become a new favorite. I like it better than one of my all-time favorite inks, Diamine Oxblood. It just has a nicer flow to it, and I think the color, I don't know, when it dries down, it looks really, really good. This is such an awesome ink. So let's do regular writing. In regular writing, it's basically just a fine nib. Like, it's not a soft nib, not really. Now, if I start pushing on it a little bit, and it already railroaded, which is not very impressive. We do get some flexibility here, but in my experience with this nib so far, it's good. Does it perform better than a standard JoWo flex nib? Here I have a Delta Duna with a flex nib. We compare it. A Monty Winnfield nib is much smoother than this. So in that respect, it is definitely better. And see, this skipped on me, but I'm not particularly wowed by this nib. I think it's very smooth for a fine nib, which I really like. And for reverse writing, it's also smooth. Like, his fit and finish on these nibs is really, really good. But In terms of flex performance, like let's just write like we're going to flex it. And I'm applying a decent amount of pressure here. This is keeping up very nicely. But see there, we got some railroading. Like, I think it's better than the standard flex steel nibs that we've kind of get used to. Let's try fast writing. I'm pretty sure that this nib doesn't like it, but let's just see. Nope, we seem to be okay. Yeah. It seems to struggle more with... And maybe I need a wetter ink, although I do find this ink to be pretty wet in most pens. So ultimately, I think this is a cool nib. I do prefer it to a standard JoWo Flex nib. So what are my pros and cons for the Monty Winnfield Vario nib? Well, I think this is a very cool looking nib with the overfeed. The nib is finished very nicely, as all Monty Winnfield nibs are. I like that titanium JoWo housing. It just adds an extra air of quality to it. And of course, with that housing, you get the ability to put this in pretty much any JoWo number 6 pen that has a threaded housing. Now, I also think that it writes very smoothly, and in normal writing, it is a very nice performer. It's even quite smooth upside down for reverse writing. And you do get a decent amount of flex out of it if you apply pressure. Now, in terms of cons, in normal writing, you're not going to see any flex. You really have to push on it to make it flex. And when it does flex, it does flex nicely. I think the overfeed does help a little bit. It's not perfect, though. I still do get railroading and some skipping when I'm trying to flex the pen. I think, compared to like a standard JoWo Flex nib in steel, this is a superior nib. So if you liked that, but you wanted something that writes more smoothly and flexes, this can be a very good option. But the performance still wasn't perfect, and it wasn't super flexy in normal writing. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this nib? Do you like this nib? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen paper ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.